All right, everyone. My name is Christine Berenz, and I'm going to be doing new agent orientation today. I have been with the company for just over a year now. I am an IATAN card holder. I have booked over $200,000 worth of travel in my first year, so I do absolutely love this business. It definitely works. You just have to kind of be curious and find things because the resources are all there. Any question you have, there's an answer for it. Okay, so I'm going to kind of show you where you should be at in your Google Classroom, and then also introduce you to the 3 websites that I'm in all day, every day, so that you're familiar with them and you know where to get your answers. All right, so first we're in our Google Classroom here. You're at new agent orientation. We do hold them every single day of the week. If you ever had to hop off, you could hop on a different day. This specifically is the schedule for January. And this Zoom and password are for this month. It may change month to month if you ever have to come again or wanted to attend again. Now, looking up here, going through your Google Classroom. Now, this is how we now onboard our new hires, which means this is how we try and walk you through the steps so that it's a great checklist for you to go through to make things a little bit more simplified. All right, so your first step was your travel agent certification. So you should all be through your 8 modules, those videos with the questions at the end, and you should all have your certificate, your certification. Now you can either take a screenshot of it or you can download it as a file. Either way, you want to get that. And I'm going to go through where that is. Step 2 is just going to be documents that you're going to need at all times, so you can print them out if you'd like. Step 3 was getting registered for these different vendors and also information about your pay card. Step 4, additional information about the pay card. Step 5 was getting plugged in, and step 6 is where you are right now. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the 3 websites that we're always on. Once you've gotten through your Google Classroom, and there are still, our success steps are here, but they're also on our website and our team chats. And you can also do all these classes to help you get started. But I'm going to show you where to find all of this as well, so that you can kind of gravitate away from the Google Classroom. All right, so the first website I'm going to talk about is your Evolution back office. Now, this is how you get signed in. This is how you got started. This is your HR. This is, where you can update your address, your phone number, how you register with the company. You can use this blue chat box down here if you would like to update your email. They will just need to verify you, and then they will go ahead and update that for you. Over here on the left side, you're going to see the travel training program. That was the certificate program that you went through. You are welcome to watch these videos again at any time if you'd like to see them again. And then your certificate is up here. So you can open that up, download it, take a screenshot of it, just so that you have a copy of it, print it out if you would like, so that you can announce to the world that this is now something that you've done. You've been certified as a travel advisor, and now you can help start booking travel. All right, going to the left side again in the tabs. Now, this second tab right here is how we used to introduce people to the business. So it's absolutely still an amazing resource. And I definitely want to direct you here, because if you don't go back to the Google Classroom, you might want to know where all these resources are, and they are in a few places. So that travel agent responsibilities is here again. So review it. Sometimes we have quizzes on some of the answers, and you might get them right if you have read through the travel agent responsibilities list. This is going to be where you can find one of the places where you can find Archer supplier credentials right here. So you're going to eventually memorize our IATA number here. You might receive some phone calls from the office. And then the cruise line reference number is right here. So if you're calling in a cruise, they ask for the cruise line reference number. It's similar to a phone number, but it is not a phone number. Going back, the last document is something that is a great resource. So this new agent packet is how we used to bring people in and get them through their first steps. It has a little bit of like the few things that haven't been updated, which is why we created Google Classrooms to kind of make sure that you were moving through the steps correctly. But I definitely still refer back to this because there's a lot of great information here. So the golden guideline, they definitely think that using a desktop or laptop, using Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox is going to be your best bet for booking travel. You absolutely can do some work on your phone. You can watch trainings on your phone, but to actually book, we recommend being in the portals on your laptop or computer. You never want to give out any sensitive information, except for obviously to our vendors and suppliers. The IATA, if you get a CLIA card, your CLIA number. With commissions, you always want to book gross prices, not net prices. Let's see. This I only really see in the cruise lines, not so much in regular bookings, but I've definitely seen that. All right, and then one of the best pieces of advice right here is number 4. You do not always need to be signed up for a supplier to book with them. You can always call in a booking to say a cruise line or other suppliers if you're waiting for login to their website. Okay, so in step 3, where you're logging in and getting registered for vendors, you know, while you're waiting, some are 4 to 7 business days to gain access. If you had a booking that needed to be done, or if you had a client who needed a quote, you could absolutely find the information, and I'll show you where to find the information for our suppliers. And you could use the IATA number or use the cruise line number if you're calling for a cruise, and get things held or booked over the phone prior to gaining access. And then everything would just get linked. We would need to get it linked for you. Okay, so for suppliers, we do have preferred suppliers right here. So with our preferred suppliers, we're going to be getting the best customer service. We're going to be getting the best commissions. And our company is so large that we are already getting the best commissions because of our volume of sales. So just know that we do have absolutely some preferred suppliers, and then we have additional suppliers, but we aim towards the preferred suppliers for that higher commission, that better customer service for your clients. Now, this was how we used to walk people through getting signed up for VAX. However, these images right here are the old Travel Cafe, so that has been updated, which is why we use our Google Classroom. There is a note right here that all new agents will receive an activation email from RoomRez 1 week after you become an agent. Now that is current, so you will keep an eye out for that. RoomRez is a vendor that is hotels, transfers, and sometimes excursions or tours or events or attractions that you can add on there. There's just no flights with RoomRez. That's the only difference between that and VAX. This is how you used to get registered for Carnival, which is still the same, and Cruising Power. Now, just something to note, if you have been denied access with Carnival, it is typically because your first name, you did not enter it in as your Evolution ID number, okay? So make sure you're putting in either the 6 or the 7 digits that is your Evolution ID number in order to gain access to Carnival. Similarly with Royal or Cruising Power, which is under, or Royal, which is under Cruising Power, they do want your username to be 00 and then the Evolution ID number. Okay, that is sometimes why it errors, and they don't want you to re-register for it. You just contact the office and they can help fix it for you. For additional cruise lines and suppliers, now this is for the other 120 some odd suppliers and cruise lines. You would go back to the back office, Travel Cafe, suppliers, how to register, to follow the instructions. If you don't find them there, then you would just submit a request form and hit other. Okay, so that's the most important thing to know here when it comes to suppliers. And I'll show you that again when we get to the Travel Cafe, but the information's right here. Now here is just instructions on how to get connected with us on Facebook. This is where Evolution Travel Cafe will do their Facebook Lives. This is how they do their trainings. You can also connect with them on Instagram. You can find recordings and playlists and do great searches on their YouTube. And then here's their Twitter as well. Information about commissions is right here, but it's also on the Travel Cafe in greater detail. And then information about the Akimbo card. So again, there's a bunch of different ways to get this information. But once you're kind of done with the Google Classroom, if you need to find the information, it is also here in this new agent packet. And the most important thing to see is Once you've registered for your Akimbo card, which they've now recommended we do either after you've been in the business 10 days or after you've made your first booking, you're going to go ahead and register for this. You can use the link that's in Google Classroom. You can use this link right here, and you'll see at the very end, it says redeem equals Evolution. That will populate it for you and connect it to Evolution. Once you receive this in the mail, though, you definitely want to keep the piece of paper it comes on. I still have mine attached to the piece of paper, and you're going to go back to your back office, click on account, update your personal info, and put in this Akimbo identifier number to link everything. Okay. And you don't want to forget about this piece of paper because you'll have to call Akimbo, deal with a little bit of customer service. It's just faster to remember to keep this piece of paper. The last bit here is on Mexico agents and how their commission works. And then here on page 8 and 9 is going to be all the contact information that you need. Now, when you watch the modules, it said 1-800-ARCHERS, and that stays true. Call that number anytime you have a question, but you can also call your mentor, your travel trainer, get into your team Discord for general questions or troubleshooting. But your mentor might say you need to call Archer Travel for this. So 1-800-ARCHERS is the best way to get a hold of them. But here's also a few emails. Evo Supplier Help. Even though this says CLIA card, this is the supplier help email address right here. Okay. And then more specifically for cruises, you can reach Peggy at that email address, groups, group contracts, Jose. You'll start to get to know everyone at the office, and this is how to reach them. So kind of a little bit of what they do, what their names are, what their email address is for contact. But you can always, like I said, always contact your mentor first. They can always help you. They might be able to troubleshoot with you a little bit faster, or they might have to send you on to the Evo Supplier Help if you're having difficulty with a supplier gaining access. Okay, so that was under the Quick Start documents, under the right here, Quick Start documents, under the download new agent packet. So just a great resource right here for the IATA number right here, phone numbers, address of the office, all of that information you're going to need in order to register for vendors over the next, as long as you'd like to stay with the company. This is what you need. Okay. Now the additional training videos, this is a little outdated, so you can kind of skip past that or you can watch them. Some of them are still great resources. My travel site. Now, this is the website that Evolution gives you automatically. All you have to do is get it set up. So you want to click on here, and yours is going to look a little bit different than mine. So I'm going to try and delete my name on it. And you most likely will come to something similar to this. And you're going to say, need a travel site, create an account. And you're going to want to register your account. So you're going to put in your agent registration, and you're going to create a password, and it can all be the same. You can save it. And then when you go ahead and get logged in, you're going to want to personalize your profile. Okay. So you're going to go read, you can read as much of this information as you want, edit your profile here, click there. Now you can completely update your URL. You can add in your Facebook. You can put in a YouTube, and you can definitely put in a little bit of a bio and a picture. Sometimes it takes a few different files you may have to choose until it's optimized to their size, but that's where you put that all in here. And then you click to update profile. It's going to take you to your booking portal. Now from here, you can take this URL up here and you can share it on your social media. You can create a QR code, put it on your business card, whatever you'd like to do with this. This is a great resource for you. It'll have your picture right here, your contact information, your email, your Facebook, phone number, everything you put right here. Okay. Now we don't actually book travel through this. This isn't, it is a search engine. However, we have much better ways to be booking travel. So while this is a search engine here and you can play around with it, it really is not going to be the best way or the best commissions. So we'll teach you what the best ways and the best commissions are. Okay. And it's going to have your picture, your bio here, and your contact information again. Now, I absolutely did send clients here all the time when I first got started, right? I took this link, I put it in my social media. I would tell people to scroll to the middle. I'd guide them here to this vacation quote request, and I'd click plan your trip. or I'd have them click it. If they didn't have time to talk on the phone, if they said, they'd like to put some information in, this is a really great what they call a qualifying form. It gets all of their information, sends it to you once you've linked your email, and then you can go ahead and start researching the quote. So go ahead, once you've got this set up to your email, and just start plugging in some information. It's only going to go to you. So don't think it goes to Archer or Evolution. This just goes to you. So the next one, some location details. Maybe they want it romantic, beach and water. So this is just great information. Now we do have these qualifying forms more in like a Word document, but you can create it in an Excel spreadsheet, whatever works best for you. But I would definitely have those qualifying forms, printed out for you that you can create yourself, or create your own form if you would like, whatever works best for you and your business. But this is a great resource. It looks fabulous. I love sending people here. Okay. They can click, they want air transport. This is a really great form for them. They can talk about their budget, and note that it says per person. That is a very big thing when you're talking to people. You want to know, are they talking about the overall trip? Are they including flights in their pricing and their budget? What elements do they want in there? How many days do they want to go? Do they want standard, deluxe, luxury? Do they want a car rental? So just play along with this yourself. Send it to yourselves and see what it looks like. Go ahead and start researching the trip, right? All right, so I just clicked a few things here just to kind of show you the great questions that it has. And then it says, are we missing anything else, right? And you can write yourself a little note for to be contacted by email. When they click submit, it will say, thank you so much for submitting the form. We'll be in touch. Okay, so that's an amazing resource that Evolution Travel gives us automatically. All you have to do is get it set up with your contact information. Okay, now also in this dashboard right here, you have to be logged in and you click dashboard. This is also where we submit our commissions. So right here it says commissions. You're going to commission tracking form once you've created a booking, and we'll go through all of this. But once you've created bookings, what you have to do is just track that commission to you. So you'll use this. You'll be able to see your submitted commissions, your paid commissions. And if it's been 60 to 90 days after your clients have returned from travel and you have not seen your commission yet, you can click the where's my commission and fill that form out. Okay. All right. So that is your personal travel site. Going back to the back office, the next thing right here is going to be your travel cafe. So this is how I always get to the travel cafe, the little coffee cup right here. Now I've got it opened up right here, but I'm going to stick with this page just for another minute or two, just to show you the rest of the tabs on the left side. All right, after the travel cafe is Evo Rewards. So this is our wholesale pricing. So this is a lot of pricing with tickets, hotels, flights, and resorts, things that you can, even just food and drink. And you're going to click in here, and you're probably going to have to get registered for this too. Just put your name, your email, and get that access to this site. And then this is going to be where you can do things for yourself, but also we have trainings on actually marketing this type of wholesale pricing to clients as well. You can give it to your family. Imagine it as being a part of a wholesale club, right? You pay a monthly fee, you have access to these wholesale prices. So there's theme parks in here, travel, all of this stuff right here. Okay. Now, once you get signed up for it, you can download My Deals as an app on your phone. And then you have access to it on your phone as well. There's active agents by state. You can click here. Recognition, people who are, movers and shakers in the company, and they have recognition right here. This one right here is going to be specifically corporate trainings. So the flyers for these, they are more consistent, where they do, team building every Monday, booking travel every Tuesday, walkthrough Wednesdays, time to evolve on Sundays. Okay. It's always the same corporate Zoom number, 925-640-6165. It does not require a password. They do have times in PST, MST, and you would just kind of figure out which time is yours, what time zone is yours. Now, this right here, Sunrise Inspiration, is a phone call that you can call into, and you would type in this extension number right here in order to gain access to that. All right, guys, so that is the webinars and calls. If you hear about convention, you can find all the information right here. It's also on the regular dashboard. Pay Now is how you would update your payment information right here. You can find your team here. If you can't get in contact with your upline, you might want to get in contact with the person above them. You have their emails and phone numbers right here if you need to get in contact with additional people. Under business is more of your e-wallet, commission, some documents right here. You can play through all those. Your account information is right here. If you do want to cancel your account, I would just suggest going to the quick start documents. There is an email in there. You need to send an email along with clicking the cancel button. So that way it is documented that you have asked for cancellation, and then they will send an email back to you, just letting you know how long, when to expect that payment back, if you are within your 10 days, or how it will work if you are past your 10 days. Okay. So all this information here, just be curious, go right ahead, click on anything. Don't get too lost in there, but know that you have all this information right here. Now the dashboard itself is going to have plenty of information. Just keep an eye out. This is just, keeping you up to date with what's going on, what's coming up. Some of our top income earners, it's always a great idea to meet these people, find their Zooms. When you see these people are doing trainings, when you hear about them, learn what it is that they specialize in, learn how they make their money, follow them on YouTube, follow them on Facebook, and kind of get a little bit of knowledge about, okay, this is what they're doing and this is how much they're making. To be on this list, you're most likely making a minimum of $7,000 a month. So these are all great people to get to know. And then preferred suppliers, a couple videos. Again, your Akimbo card. Charles Lee does a power hour every Wednesday. And then again, those webinar flyers. Okay. So pulling back up to the top, that is your Evolution back office. Again, a little bit more of HR here. Now, the next website I'm going to show you is the Travel Cafe. Now, this is Archer's back office. So this is going to be more travel related. This is going to be where you're going to access your suppliers, how you can register for your suppliers. And then there's tons of trainings here that will link you to Archer's YouTube page. Okay. So again, on this dashboard here, they're going to have flyers of upcoming raffles, upcoming trainings, what's going on this week. So when you start to look at the training schedule for Archer, you're going to notice they are Monday, Wednesday, Friday. They do an Archer travel morning briefing. So this is about 30 minutes. You'll get to meet Jose, Susie, whoever's running the training, and they're going to talk about what, basically all these flyers that you see here. And they're going to talk about like what's going on in travel this week, what's upcoming on the schedule. They might talk about, something that's been going on in the office, like if they've had a lot of fraud around Christmas, or, right now it's wave season. Then, they'll tell you about when Southwest went down and they had all those problems. So they'll give you updates on that so that you know what to do with your clients. They'll just keep you up to date on what's going on in travel. So that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right here, 9 a.m. PST. So figure it to your time. That's the Archer Travel Morning Briefing. Okay. I always try and hop on. All of these are on Facebook Live on the Evolution Travel Cafe. Okay. They are recorded, so you can always just scroll back through Facebook and find those trainings there. On Tuesdays, there's either tea with Reggie or there's coffee with Ron. So Ron is the CEO of Archer Travel. Reggie is the vice president. So they're going to get on every Tuesday, almost every Tuesday at 11 a.m. and just kind of have a chat, letting you know what's going on, or they might do a Q&A, and it's all live. So it's really great. You get to interact with them. Wednesdays and Thursdays are a little bit more destination specialists or supplier webinars. So they might have a BDM, which is a business development manager, come on and talk to us about their brand, talk to us about maybe incentives that they have going on for just Archer Travel. So always great knowledge there. They might do a destination highlight on Hawaii or all-inclusives or Mexico. So this week was specifically Royal Caribbean week. So we were learning about different destinations that Royal Caribbean goes to. That was our focus this week. All right, going back up to the top, that new agent packet is here again. When you're looking on the left side on the tabs, new agent packet again, quick start guide again. Now, this is all very similar to what we do in your Google Classroom, but we just go a little bit more in depth. We felt that, you just needed maybe a little bit more explanation, maybe a little bit more screenshots, right? Okay, so that's what that is right there. Trainings. Now, this again is just going to be flyers that are going to lead you to these YouTube playlists. So once you've found Evolution Travel Cafe on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to it so that you can always find it really easily on your YouTube. But like if you want to click here, it says all-inclusive resorts. Anything you wanted to know about all-inclusives, you'll find here in their YouTube playlist. And there's usually, dates on them. So you want to kind of scroll through and maybe watch the most recent ones. If it goes back a little bit farther, it might be talking a little bit more about COVID and how that was being affected. But, there are spotlights on sandals, specific trainings on Vax Vacation. These are our BDMs, and they are there to train you, train us more one-on-one on their products. So again, that's under travel trainings. One that I really like to highlight, if you are new to, I don't really call it sales. It really is kind of advising. I consider it to be a travel advisor role. So really understanding what your clients need and how we can meet those needs. But they do call it sales here. So Mike Archer is Ron Archer's brother, and he does a whole sales training. He does a whole packet. He does the whole science behind selling, how to talk to your clients. What are the steps? So if you want to click into that, I think it's about 8 modules, and he even gives you the PDF to his sales training document here, which is a great resource right there. How to market your business on social media, tons of trainings here, more on groups, destinations, selling land, Mexico, Hawaii, Carnival cruises, all of that is right here. All right. The next tab on the left is going to be within 21 days of travel. So they do call this 21-day bookings. And the reason why is because there is a higher chance of fraud. So they just want to protect you. They want to protect Archer. Okay. So they're going to give you a little flow chart here. Are you booking within 21 days of departure? If yes, is it with a third party, such as any of these vendors here? And a third party just is, think of Expedia. It means that you're booking not directly with the hotel, not directly with the airline. You're using a third party who's going to put these things together for you as a bundle. So that is kind of a step aside from booking directly, right? So those third parties need to contact the hotel, need to contact the airline. They need to ticket those things for you. So if you're within 21 days, number one, we want to make sure that all of this communication is being communicated and that your client is getting these things reserved. So Archer is going to help you if you are booking with a third party. You will still receive your commission, but they just need you to collect this information from the client. Archer will make the booking. However, the commission will still go to you. Now, if you're not booking with a third party, you would just follow the no. If you're booking directly with any of these hotels or Sandals or Disney, and it's just a direct booking, but it's within 21 days, you're fine. You can follow the regular process of, booking it for your client, getting the credit card authorization form. You can hold on to it yourself and, fill out your commission tracking form and you're fine. If it's more of a third party, you're going to have photo ID with it, and Archer's going to have to book it for you. Okay. The next tab is commissions. And again, this is all things commission. So just kind of scroll through here, understand everything there is to know, all of the questions you can imagine about commission. So really great resource there. Code of conduct. So if you are out and about, they do have rules about how to, market yourself, how to present yourself if you're, maybe on a fam trip. So all of these rules are right here. A little bit more information on the E&O policy. We have plenty of trainings on E&O as well, and how it works, how you're covered, what it covers. So all of this is right here for you. The next one is the Evo shop. So right now they're doing a lot of things with branding, marketing flyers for us. So those are some of the things you can find here. where you can buy merchandise from our shop. Forms. So in this forms here, the next tab, you're going to find the credit card authorization form. So this is for when you're collecting payments from your client. Okay. You need to consider this as a credit card receipt for them. So you always want to collect your credit card authorization form prior to, booking the travel or making the payment, because if you make the payment for your client and then you ask them to sign it afterwards, you might not ever get that form back again. So I try and send it to my clients, and then I get them on the phone and I get the full credit card information over the phone. I repeat it back to them. I'm sure you've called in with a credit card before, so just treat it the same way. Repeat the numbers back, confirm the information, make sure you have the right billing address on the credit card, make sure they sign the form and send it back to you. And then you just keep it in your file until after they've traveled, or as long as you'd like to keep it. Not the credit card information, not the full 16 digits that you want to get rid of, but just the form that they've signed. It would only actually have the last 4 digits of their credit card on the form with their signature, but you want to make sure it has the supplier name and all. And again, we have trainings on how to fill this form out, but this is where you can find it under the Travel Cafe, under forms. Information about group bookings is right here. And this is constantly being updated as well, but some great information here. And then suppliers right here. So this is where you're going to be at most often in this Travel Cafe. This suppliers right here, how to register, or the supplier request form. So they've really slimmed it down. They used to have all 135 suppliers on here, and that was very difficult to look at. So they've slimmed it down to the preferred suppliers here. Now you have already signed up for quite a few of them with the Google Classroom. So really only use this as needed. So if you're in a training and someone specifically says, oh, get signed up for Pleasant Holidays, you would click here and follow the instructions here. Okay, but a lot of these things you've already gotten signed up for. But if you do want to sign up for Expedia Tap, that is the one that is very easy, instant access, but it is the one vendor that we only pay out 50% commission. And it is just because of our relationship with Expedia Tap. Everything else is back up at 80% commission. Okay. That's about it for things on the left here. But again, contact information, just kind of scrolling through the menu bar on the left. Okay. Contact information up here again, and all of the social media here. Okay. So that's the second website I am always in. So Evolution Back Office, that's going to be the black menu bar on the left. Travel Cafe, that's going to be the blue menu bar on the left, and that's going to be all travel. Now, the third website I am in the most often is going to be our team website. Okay, so let me see if I can find it here. So we should all be, if you're in this meeting, we are all under the kind of header of team travel knowledge. Now, there's lots of different teams under Archer and Evolution, and it's all just kind of, once the team gets a little bit bigger, maybe they branch out, maybe they have a different way that they like to walk their new hires through. Some teams like to create a website, have you get through step 1, and then you have to ask permission to get to the next step. We thought that was a little difficult, so we do the Google Classroom to make sure that you kind of follow the steps in the correct order and gain access in a logical order. So, we have a huge team of trainers who work really hard to fill in the gaps where corporate and Archer might be lacking, right? So we do trainings on social media. We do new agent orientations every day of the week. We do smaller trainings on the commission tracking form. How to get your Facebook business profile set up, how to make a business card, how to create a really cool email signature. There's even free I'm trying to think, free like mobile business cards you can make. So people in our team who found a better way to do something, we're just bringing it to our team and doing a training on it, different ways to market yourself on using Canva. So we'll do trainings on all those things. So none of this is required. It's all just different resources and maybe ways that we can help to shorten your learning curve, which is the entire point of all of this. The more of us that bring all of this knowledge into our team, the more we can share with our team. You know, maybe you're an expert on airlines, and maybe you want to do a training on airlines and really finding the best time for your client to book, how to understand the different airports. So whatever knowledge you come into this, you can always offer, you know, can I do a training on this? And it can just only, you know, better our team, right? So when you get logged into this, so you're just going to register for it. And then they'll probably send you an email, and then you click that to confirm, and then you'll get access to our team website. I think this is just going to be angry with me on this computer. So one sec. Let's try this again. So a lot of this information is also in our team chat. So we use Discord because Discord is a good way to communicate with everyone, but it's also almost like its own website. So we have tabs on the left side where you can access things quickly there as well. Discord has a great app that you can do it on your phone, so you can have access to trainings. So, you know, say there was a training today on Disney cruises. You know, someone might have recorded it, then they'll upload it. We'll put it in the Discord chat so you can find it if you missed it. But this is our team website here. Okay, so these are the different teams that we have all collaborated together with. This is the link to the live training. So right here, you can see the master calendar. So say, you know, the daily schedule isn't out yet and you're up, it's 5 in the morning, you haven't seen it yet. You can always hop on this entire calendar of the entire month and see what's going on that day if you wanted to plan your day out. These flyers here are also a really great way for you to put things on your calendar. Okay, so if you have a quote help, or if you have a quote and you need help, we do it on Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, but also corporate does one on Tuesday. So you can always hop on these times, or you can hop on office hours. So one of us hops on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. These are the times that we have said we are available specifically for January. This is the Zoom code. And someone will be on there logged on for an hour that you can hop on and ask them anything. You know, ask them, how do I eliminate my $69.95? How do I get registered for the supplier? How I need help on a quote, even if you aren't in quote help. You know, sometimes there's only 1 or 2 people in these things. So hop on and get to know people. It's really a great way to have access to the top trainers in our company. Okay, but you can always, you know, scoot down here a little bit and see, okay, learning about team building. There's the flyer for Charles's Power Hour, that walkthrough Wednesday again. How to do mock bookings, right? How to talk to your clients. So these are all things that you can put on your schedule. Okay, this is January 20th, so this happened today. So a lot of these things are already recorded, but they still do them live so that you can interact with them, which is a really great resource for you. Okay, so that's live monthly trainings, and then this gets updated every month as we, you know, figure out who would like to do the training, as we determine which Zoom code it'll be on and what time and what day. Now, under the travel tab is where a majority of the most important videos are recorded and you have access to them. However, they are all, a majority of the time, uploaded to YouTube. So once you get into one and you see a trainer and you're like, okay, I really like this trainer, I like the way she describes things, just subscribe to them, look through their entire playlist. You're most likely going to find additional information that is very helpful. All right, so down here, it says right here, trainers YouTube channels. So go right into that and find access right here. Okay, so if somebody's saying Jody's doing a training, hop on to Jody, okay? And you'll find all her recordings there. All of her team does trainings and she puts them all in her YouTube. Emily Jimenez and GJ, all of these are leaders who are not under our team specifically, but we find their trainings to be incredibly helpful to our team. They are a part of our larger team. So we highly recommend you watch any of their trainings as well. Sarah and Krista are a part of our team. Nikki Lee kind of started this whole thing with Charles Lee. You'll get to know that couple. Nikki Lee unfortunately passed away almost 2 years ago at this point, but her trainings live on. They are timeless. So we have that link there as well. So when we get to this point, you're probably saying, now what next? So going through your Google Classroom again, I want to make sure that you are completely set up, right? So in step 5, make sure that you have asked your mentor, to get you onto our new Travel Knowledge website. We are having a little bit of problem with the link, so you probably need to friend request your mentor on Facebook, and then they can probably add you to the team if you're having trouble with the link. Make sure you are in your Discord team chat, okay? Now, everybody's team looks a little bit different, so this is what mine looks like. I am a part of Team Phoenix under Krista. However, I have teamed up with Lily and Julia to create the Travel Fam. So that is a little bit of a smaller Discord, and we are the admins on that. So we can push through access a lot faster. We can control the tabs on the left. So we have a little bit more control over our smaller Discord, but we're also in our bigger Discord because there's always just, more people in this one. So if you have a bigger question or nobody knows the answer in the smaller one, you can always ask it in a bigger chat. Okay, so make sure you have access to your team chat. You can see who's online over here, but you can also search for things, right? So say you want to type in over here, Hawaii, right? Maybe has anybody booked Hawaii? Pop that in here, all right? And it's going to pop up things where people have talked about Hawaii. Clearly, I have been the last one to talk about Hawaii. So you can find that as a great resource on the right side when you click on search. So you can always search for something first before you pop it in the chat if that helps you, okay? Also in our Facebook groups, we have multiple Facebook groups. We don't want you to have to add yourself to all of them, but just know that if you wanted to, you absolutely can. Some of them only have 200 people in them. Some of them have 2,000. Some of them have 20,000 people in there. So just kind of get familiar with the different Facebook groups. Some of them are just about celebrating, your wins, celebrating your bookings, celebrating, your victories. You became an IATAN card holder. But other of them are for specifically questions, how do I book a South African tour? So those things you can find in the Facebook groups because they are a little bit bigger, but you can also search in the Facebook groups as well. And even if the conversation was 2 years ago about maybe an African safari, the vendor that that person used most likely will still be relevant. So you can still use those as tools. Okay, so again, our website, our team chats on Discord, and our Facebook groups. Now you are done with new agent orientation, and it's time to move on to your success steps. Now, again, these things are all optional, but we have put them together because we know that if you follow this guide, you will be set up for success. So even though it's optional, push yourself to get through, check those things off. Understand that we hold value in the things that are on this list. We have also added, one of our trainers, Amy, does a goal setting class, especially with it being New Year's. It's all about setting new goals. Give yourself, write them down, create a goal chart, break them down, and figure out how we're going to accomplish them. When you take this class, she wants you to share your list with your mentor. And what that does is really communicate to your mentor what it is you want to focus on. What kind of goals do you have in terms of income or certifications? What do you want to learn more about? So that way your mentor can guide you properly and you have that communication so that if they don't know the answer, they can absolutely send you to who might, okay? But there's also classes on business cards, mock bookings. That's absolutely a great training. Live office hours, beginner team building training. All these things are again in your success steps and just additional information here. Now, once you've kind of gotten used to your Google Classroom and you're ready to move forward, right? What do you do next? So at this point, it really depends on where you're coming into the company. So some people come into this company, they were travel advisors with another company, and all they needed to do was gain access under our company, and then they're just off and running. They already have a Facebook business profile started. They already have business cards. They already have clients who know and love them. Other people come into this business and they've never even been on a plane. We train on everything in between, from never having traveled yourself all the way to being an expert traveler, right? So it's really just up to you to figure out what it is you find that you might be lacking and steer yourself towards the trainings on those things. So say you want to only sell Disney, you want to get the Disney perks for you and your family, you want to get trained on Disney. So you would go to Disney and start working through their travel certification, right? You go to the Disney website for travel agents and you do their College of Knowledge, and then you would gain access to additional discounts. You'd really understand the portal, understand the product. So Disney has its own training. All of our vendors have their own trainings. So you could really dive into whichever one interests you the most. Maybe you want to become a specialist on all-inclusives. Maybe you want to specialize in family travel or European travel, whatever you want to specialize in, just we're going to gear you toward that training. But maybe you have some quote requests coming in and you don't know how to build a quote. All of those things you can find here under travel forms and basics, questions on marketing or social media, commissions, vendor trainings, flights, group bookings, cruise, all of that's right here. But the basics tab is one of the most important ones because all of the trainings are very straightforward. How to talk to your clients, how to fill out that credit card authorization form and commission form. Someone, contacted you about a travel request. Now what do you do? You booked your client. Now what do you do? And one of the most important ones here, an entire comprehensive training in 1 hour on booking start to finish, from when a client contacts you all the way to asking for the referral after they've returned home. Amazing training right there, okay? Then there's just additional things on maybe time management, how to stay organized, all great things, finding deals, business etiquette. Wherever you feel like you might, be lacking a little bit, know that you can find it here, or you can find it under your Discord. So in ours specifically, we have a lot of the same information. So the information on 21-day bookings, qualifying your client, credit card authorization forms, trainings on booking travel, cruises, instant commissions, client trainings, group bookings, all of this right here. Both are amazing resources, your team website and your Discord, okay? So a lot of the success steps right here is going to direct you towards the next steps. It's going to tell you, go to your team website, find those qualifying forms, print them out, have them on hand, personalize them. Absolutely, personalize things. Brand yourself. If you want to put your logo on things, if you want to create a logo, we have trainings on how to create logos, trainings on how to create business cards. Whatever you want, most likely we have trained on it, but if not, ask your mentor and either they can lead you towards it, or it is possible Google and YouTube are still your absolute best friend, right? So at the end of the day, if you've ever booked travel before in your life, you didn't have to be certified to book travel, right? We are giving you the certification so that you can book travel now with Archer Travel. And it's just a little bit different than booking travel yourself, but don't complicate it too much. Okay, we have access to these vendors. These vendors are professionals. They've been in the business for years, decades. If you need to book something on Royal Caribbean and you don't have time to learn the entire booking portal or to go through their entire training, you need to get that quote out now, just call them and say, I work with Archer Travel, here's their information, and they will get the help that you need. They will have the booking for you. They will hold it for you. They'll tell you the information you need. Okay. But just know, maybe watch the training on how to book a cruise, what questions to ask, what the qualifying form is, maybe ask your mentor. They can help you out first prior to making that call to customer service, but just know that you can do all of those things. Okay. So really it's all about having access to Archer's IATA information, plugging that in order for the commission to be attached to you, and then filling out the commission form so that you get paid the commission and understanding how those commissions work. Because different vendors build in anywhere from 7% or even 5% commission all the way up to 22% commission. So kind of getting to know what vendors build in what is a great training in and of itself. Car rentals maybe only 5%. Flights actually have 0 commission built into it, all the way up to sandals and all-inclusives and cruises that might be up to 20 to 22% commission, right? So the more commission, it's going to be your preferred suppliers. So again, under your travel cafe, This is why we have preferred suppliers. Okay. You're going to know you're going to make the best commissions. You're going to have the best customer service. One more thing I'm going to touch on real quick, just extra resources. Agent Universe right here. And again, you can continue to find out how to register for this. There are trainings, especially on the Evolution Travel Cafe YouTube. Just type in Agent Universe. You'll learn how to register for it, what the use is, why do we have this subscription to, this is our Travel Leaders Network website. But also just typing in Travel Agent Academy and Travel Agent Universe are just additional ways for us to gain more knowledge on vendors or specific destinations. You know, maybe you want to specialize in Hawaii travel. Maybe you want to learn a little bit more about Puerto Rico. So you can become a specialist in all of these by using these specialist programs on Travel Agent University, Travel Agent Academy. These things are available to travel advisors all over the US. It is very easy to register for those, so don't overthink them. Just put your information in. They are not as official. You never have to put your IATA, or I mean, if you do, just fill out the IATA, but you're not actually booking travel. These are just additional resources for you to learn more, to gain more knowledge so that you can be the best travel advisor that you can be in advising your clients on different travel destinations and different vendors. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up new agent orientation with a Q&A. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the recording off.